Hey, Taurus, Mel, intuitive coach here, excited to bring in your September 2025 bonus reading. Today, we are going to dive into the sacred shifts and divine gifts unfolding for you, along with messages from your spiritual helpers. Now, Taurus, we have officially entered eclipse season. This is a time when the universe hits the reset button. Eclipses bring fated changes, revelations, and opportunities to release what no longer serves so that you can align more fully with your soul's true path. So let's see what is opening up for you. King of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck. This tells me, Taurus, that you are someone who is very accomplished, very successful, very stable, very powerful, or this is something you are working towards in your own life, is to create more stability. Your plans are going to start shifting in ways that help you feel more in alignment with your goals. This is about professional and financial success and using the resources that you have wisely. Now, the King of Pentacles is also a very reliable leader. He has worked his way to the top and people respect him. People rely on him. I feel like this is part of you. He is part of you here. You may be embracing these archetypes, but I also feel like you could be attracting or calling in someone with these characteristics as well. Someone who could be a financial advisor, a property expert, a real estate broker, or even a business investor that could help you in more ways than one. So let's dive in and take a look at your spirit messages from your guides at this time. You have Master Buddha. Master Buddha brings in this sense of increased awareness. This is about deepening your connection to the divine, deepening your connection with your own intuitive knowing. You are being guided here to trust your inner voice. And many of you are here to help assist others in some way, to be of service. I feel like you are a clear channel, or this month you may be channeling information where you're able to integrate that information into your life, into your world in some way. So working with Buddha can help you open up that third eye chakra. And I'm also getting here the gift of clairvoyance. Some of you may have the gift of seeing things, maybe even dreaming, astral traveling. And I see that you have many spiritual gifts that are heightened or increased over the next month. And you may start believing in yourself more. You might start feeling confident more in your gifts. So work with Buddha's energy to bring in that sight. Now you have Charity showing up through prayer and contemplation. Connect with heaven. Ask and you shall receive. So some of you are maybe in a nonprofit organization here. There could be some form of aid. This could be financial assistance. This could be a grant, a loan, a scholarship. Perhaps this has to do with legalities where it feels like there is a settlement or there is some sort of funding coming through here for you. I'm also getting prayer here. You've been sending up prayers to the universe, Taurus, and I see that you are someone who is very grateful. It feels like you are constantly grateful for what you have, but also being grateful for the unseen blessings that have yet to arrive in your life. Ask and you shall receive. This is also about asking for support, asking for help. It feels like there's a reciprocated energy showing up for you this month. Let me just look and see. This reminds me of the Six of Pentacles, where there could be healthy boundaries within this energy, but it also feels like there's an equal give and take. So putting out the energy, but receiving compensation in return. So some sort of connection happening here between you and your goals, you and your stability in some way. You have faith Humanity and benevolence. Stay calm. Trust the good in yourself and others. See the light in the world. Now, there are many things that pop up on the news, pop up on social media that tend to spiral us down the path of fear. This can even be gossip or news that is spread like wildfire. But what about spreading news that is uplifting? What about watching things that are inspiring? And I feel like that is what you are being guided to do, or perhaps professionally, this is something that you are being guided to help other people in some way by spreading that uplifting vibe, health and healing and abundance and flow, allowing people to think for themselves, to tune into their own intuitive awareness instead of letting fear take over. This energy feels more expansive than it does restrictive. And I see here that you are having faith and trusting in your journey. Now, the fact that she has this blue, this vibrant blue energy around her also connects her to self-expression, the throat chakra. So there may be an inner truth within you, Taurus, that is bubbling out into September's energy. And you may feel a bit raw. You may feel a bit vulnerable as you move into this. But I have a feeling you have what it takes. And you are overcoming the fears, and you're going to continue evolving and mastering your craft here and putting energy into something that you love, or perhaps a relationship. And this can also be a relationship to self. So let's dive in and take a look at what your higher self wants you to know at this time. This is the voice. The voice here is strength. Now, when you have strength by your side, this tells me that there's nothing you cannot overcome. Now, the lion represents our wild, our primal instincts, and the woman represents our compassion. And it says here, strength and grace through kindness. This is self-confidence and forgiveness. Perhaps there is a part of yourself, Taurus, that is you're having difficult forgiving. Maybe this is another person. You may have gone through an experience or a challenge that left you feeling bereft or left you feeling less than. But I see here that you are overcoming through perseverance, not through brutal force, but through awareness, respect, acceptance, and understanding. Your higher self wants you to step into your power, step into your confidence. And even if your confidence has been drained, perhaps there were rejections. Perhaps it's felt like there were doubts, all right? Maybe even self-doubt. Like, do I have what it takes to move forward in this new endeavor? Do I have what it takes to attract love? Do I have what it takes to heal my body? Whatever this is that you may have been questioning or even doubting, the answer is yes. Not only do you have what it takes, but you're not alone. You have spiritual guidance, help, support, and what looks to appear as physical resources that are coming in. Maybe you can't quite see them yet, but I see that there are beautiful resources that you are going to use wisely. And right behind the King of Pentacles is the Ace of Wands. And the Ace of Wands is that fire, that spark, that passion being reignited within you. So let's look at the block or the blind spot. This can be the ego. It can be the external noise. The 10 of Wands is showing up here, Taurus. Ask your angels for helpful people to lighten your load. Yeah, that's what it comes down to, is some of you feel like you don't have the support. You don't have the resources. Maybe resources for you is money. Maybe it is supportive people that are in your corner. Perhaps you feel like you don't have the tools, the education, the knowledge to be able to heal yourself or to advance in an area of your life. But I see here that you do. You've gone all the way here, and you have the experience through the school of hard knocks, meaning you have gone through the physicality here of some stressful times. And this is about working too many hours, trying too hard to please others. That can be a downfall of Virgo's energy, which this is Virgo season that we are in. And the South Node collectively is currently in Virgo. So this eclipse season is bringing up a lot of our own insecurities, our own fears, because things are changing. Remember what I said about eclipse season, fated changes, revelations, and opportunities to release here the heavy burdens that you've been carrying. Some of you feel like you have had to work a lot of hours, or you've had to be the rock or the strength here, because it feels like you are the only one that is trucking through, or you're the only one that's going to do it. But I see here that King of Pentacles is allowing you to drop the load, drop the burdensome, and seek help. Perhaps you felt physically exhausted. Some of you, your body has felt burnt out. And I see that the sense of overwhelm, perhaps adrenal fatigue, or not having the energy has felt like a block when it's come to your dreams. But when you have strength here, I feel like the strength is helping you revitalize your energy, helping you feel strong and stable within your own self internally so that it can flow out into your outer world. So what is the mirror? How is this being reflected into your life at this time? You have the Eight of Pentacles. The Eight of Pentacles is taking pride in your work. This is mastery. It's apprenticeship. It is discovery. And you are being guided here to put efforts into the things that you love. And remember your why. I talk about this often, especially when it comes to our careers, because we spend the majority of our lives focusing on our careers. And sometimes we can get burnt out. And you may be asking yourself at this time, or guided to ask yourself, what is my why? Why am I in this profession? Or why am I manifesting this in the first place? And if there is no love or commitment attached to this, it feels like there's a shift occurring, meaning you may be exiting out of old cycles, old paradigms, old patterns that have played out for you in the past. Maybe they've worked for you in the past, but I see that you are continuing to grow. And this can be the energy of training. It can be teaching. Now, September is also back to school season for many of you that are parents or perhaps teachers. But I also see here that you are someone, Taurus, who is constantly wanting to grow and learn and evolve. And if you are in a relationship or in a job or stuck in your health, this is the month where you are advancing. And that's why eclipse energy is bringing some sudden revelations where you may sign up for that course or that workshop. You may seek out a nutritional therapist or a professional to help you find answers when it comes to your body. This could be a month where you expand your portfolio and add some additional training because you may want to create or generate a new income source. So that's the mirror that is being reflected in your life. Now, some of you are showing up perhaps as a workaholic, Taurus. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. The 10 of Wands and the 8 of Pentacles can be overworking where it's not fun anymore. It's not fun. You're not balancing fun in. It feels like responsibilities have become heavy. If that resonates with you, that's what could be shifting for you. And I see that you are being asked to focus on your own inner world as much as you may focus on the outer, the physical, the material realm. That could be the message of the King of Pentacles. Now, what is the shift? What needs to be released or even embraced in order for you to accept the gift that is waiting on the other side? We have the Queen of Swords. Now, the Queen of Swords is brilliant. She is humorous and insightful. She is self-reliant. She's the queen of communication. And when she is fully in her power, She knows exactly what to do. She sets her mind to it and she goes towards it. She also has the benefit here of experience. She has experience under her belt and she may be focusing on her career at this time, maybe more so than relationships or love, but she can also be someone who's very logical. She figures things out and she finds solutions. Also, because all of the yellow roses are showing up here in this illustration, tells me that your solar plexus chakra is highlighted. The solar plexus is our seat of empowerment. It is also connected to our ego. And I see that there could be egoic patterns that have played out, or the wounded ego. It feels like all of these things are coming to the surface so you can shift what needs to be shifted. Now, the Queen of Swords in the reverse position as the challenge can be a bit wishy-washy. It can at times lack empathy or lack the emotions that can take you from point A to B, because sometimes she can be too logical. She can be so much in her mind or that headspace that it blocks true, genuine emotional connections towards partnerships, towards others, or even puts that energy into her own work. Like, is this an emotional experience for me? Does this bring in happiness? Does this bring in joy? And so I see that what's shifting here is you are getting clear on how you want to feel, how you want to fully participate in your life, and really embodying the characteristics of the King of Pentacles here, which again is very accomplished, very successful, very stable. But I also see that you are being mindful of what your emotions are telling you at this time. So what is the gift? What's waiting on the other side of this Queen of Swords energy? We have reasons to celebrate. So there is a celebration coming. Some of you are teachers, psychologists, public speakers. You may be here to share or spread news of how to better your life. If you actually look here, now, I believe that is Louise Hay. And if not, it looks just like her. And for those of you that may be familiar with the works of Louise Hay, she was brilliant. She accomplished many, many things in her life later on in life. So some of you, that is going to resonate, where the first half of our lives is about gaining the experience and going through the trials and tribulations and the challenges. And the latter half of your life could be about, helping other people endure success, because you yourself have had to struggle, but you may have some key answers. You may have some key experiences that could help others, and you may be guided to share your voice, as I've mentioned, with faith showing up here. This beautiful blue chakra, throat chakra energy could be speaking up, sharing what you've learned, or even taking a class and continuing to expand your skill sets, because many of you are leaders. You are leaders of your own craft with this King of Pentacles. You may be taking something traditional and branching off and doing your own thing. So for example, perhaps you went to school for nursing and you've been a nurse for many years, but you also want to help people by understanding how to heal, not just traditionally, but holistically. And you want to maybe branch off on your own and be a holistic nurse, or help people through what you've learned, but also blending in a different twist, a different side of something. So more non-traditional, but it's like you had to go through the by the book process of something before you could branch off. And the celebration is on the other side of this. Now, you could even be in the corporate world where you are doing things by the book, but because you have this spiritual knowing, because you are in tune with the energies of the laws of the universe and working with your own spirit guides, and you have this heightened awareness with Master Buddha, right? That increased awareness, you're able to then rise to the top, because you're blending your life from more of a holistic point of view instead of just one or the other. The spiritual and the physical, you're blending. And the Three of Cups is celebrating with your soul tribe, with your people. This is a community of friends, happy announcements, perhaps regarding relationships. It can be regarding children. It could be that social invitation that I was picking up on. This can also be passing a test. It can be a new job. It can be a raise, or it can be some form of abundance where you feel like you're finally able to see this success, not just internally, but externally as well. So the gift is showing up as the Three of Cups. Beautiful, celebratory energy. Now, what is the integration? What is the outcome? The grounded action or even mindset to carry forward? You have the Four of Swords. Now, Taurus, the Four of Swords is insights that come from quiet meditation. Your biggest accomplishments or intuitive hits or even ideas come through time when you take space from the noise, when you connect to your body, connect to nature, when you allow yourself to rest, to fully restore your energy so you can show up to your life instead of grinding, instead of feeling like you have 17 plates in the air that you are trying to keep all of them without crashing. This is the need for more sleep or time off. And this is also about you seeking relief from stress. So this tells me that you have the resources, or perhaps you've already learned how to manage stress internally, how to create that sense of stability internally for yourself first. Because when you master that, when you have the tools to create that peace, that calm within, regardless of what's going on out here, that is a game changer. And I've been sharing a lot regarding September's energy of choosing to consciously interrupt patterns that are being brought to our awareness. Because when you drop out of the headspace, now, some of you, the Queen of Swords is very beneficial for you to think logically, right? Because you have brilliant ideas. But when the Queen of Swords is also struggling to shut off that mind, that's where this next step comes in. And I'll share it with you. If you haven't heard it already, it's a good reminder. Let it really sink in here. But I want you to, if you can, for a couple of moments, I want you to drop into your body center by dropping into your 5 senses. So if you are able to right now safely, I want you to use your sense of vision, your sense of seeing. And I want you, Taurus, to look around. What do you see in front of you right now? Perhaps you are looking out a window. Maybe you're facing a wall with artwork. Maybe there are people or animals around you. I want you to focus on everything that comes into your vision and take it in. Allow your eyes to rest on something specific that you may see in your vision. And then move on to the next. Soak it all in. Pay attention to your surroundings and your space. Take in the colors that you see. Next, I want you to drop into your sense of smell. What smells are taking place around you? Maybe you're smelling the food that was cooked over the last meal. Perhaps you are smelling the perfume or the essential oil that you have put on yourself. Perhaps this is the smell of fresh air, fresh sheets, fresh cut grass. Now drop into your sense of taste. What do you taste in your mouth? Maybe you've just eaten something. Perhaps you just brushed your teeth. And then next, drop into your sense of hearing. All right, what do you hear at this time? And allow yourself to observe all of the sounds that are around you. Take them all in, one by one. And next, drop into your sense of touch. What are you sitting on at this time? Do you feel the warmth or the coziness of the sweater or the clothing that you are wearing? What are your feet touching? So pay attention to what is pressing up against your body and how that makes you feel. So dropping into your body is so important, especially when we struggle to shut off the mind. Because what this can do is signal to the brain that you are safe, that you are secure, and that can calm your nervous system instantly. You signal to the brain that, okay, things are okay. I am aware of my surroundings. I am in touch with my body. And it can instantly reduce cortisol. It can reduce the stress hormone. So dropping into your body and doing this exercise numerous times throughout the day, throughout your week, throughout your month, and incorporate this practice into your life. Because when we are stressed out, when we have old stories, old loops that are playing out in our mind, we subconsciously do things within the body. Our body reacts, such as a tightness in the jaw, clenching of the fist, heaviness in the heart. And those physiological symptoms signal to the brain that we are in distress, that there's danger. And immediately our nervous system goes into fight or flight. And so you are being asked here to calm that nervous system. Find techniques that work for you. Maybe this is one technique that you can throw in your spiritual toolbox. For others of you, it could be breath work. Perhaps it's yoga. Maybe it is energy work, or even TRE, trauma response exercises that can help you find more peace, even if you have a lot going on. So that is the energy of September. You are allowing for more expansion in your life, not more things. You don't need more things to fill up physically, right? This is about you taking a look at what you already have, and is it draining your cup or is it filling up your cup? Now, allow Master Buddha to help shift your awareness. Allow charity to come in and allow those miracles to happen through prayer, to allow that help to come in. And faith is about you staying calm, seeing the light, not only in the world, Taurus, but within yourself. I'm getting Benson. Benson could be someone's name. Perhaps it's a location. It could be a place, Benson. And I'm also getting the message of feet. Take care of your feet. Now, Taurus, that can be a very grounding energy. Maybe it's a message of getting those bare feet of yours in the grass and getting in touch with nature. Maybe some of you are having foot issues that need to get checked out. Maybe someone needs new shoes, or it could even be getting a pedicure, or really taking care of and nurturing the feet, because oftentimes we hold a lot of stuck energy, at our feet, and we may need to shake it off. So that is what I have for you, Taurus. If you enjoyed the message, please give it a thumbs up. Feel free to share, like, subscribe, and hit that bell if you haven't already. And if you are interested in a personal reading, signing up for the monthly newsletter, or entering into the free reading giveaway, you can find all of that information in the description box below the video.